Hi, I'm Bruce from S&S Cycle, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install the new S&S air cleaner for Indian touring models with a Thunderstroke 111 engine. Believe it or not, some folks don't like the way the stock air cleaner looks. So let's change it to something cooler and let's make some more power while we're at it. Removing the stock air cleaner is pretty easy. Since we won't need to put it back on, you don't really need to keep track of where things go. I've already taken the stock air cleaner off to save us some time. Here's a safety tip I'll pass on. Anytime you're working on a bike, it's a darn good idea to disconnect the negative battery cable. That way we can avoid some pretty unpleasant surprises. To make removal of the stock air cleaner and installation of the new S&S air cleaner easier, I'd suggest that you remove these two fasteners and raise the gas tank so you can get at everything easier. By the way, the fasteners on this bike are metric, so you'll need some metric tools to do this install. You will need to save a few stock parts that we'll reuse in this installation. Of course, we'll keep the stock throttle body in the mounting bolts, and we'll save these O-rings from the back plate and this breather hose. So let's get started. I've got the first parts we'll need laid out here. We've got the throttle body bracket and the throttle body back plate, as well as these rubber grommets and spacers and these low-profile socket head cap screws and washers. We'll install the grommets and spacers in the mounting holes of the bracket and the back plate. These can be a little tight. If they're hard to press in, a little soapy water will make it easier. I'm feeling particularly powerful today, so I'll just push them in. If you grit your teeth and make strange noises, it also helps. Okay, let's apply a little of the blue Loctite supplied in the kit to these low-profile cap screws and install the back plate bracket to the front cylinder head. This is actually a spacer that compensates for the offset of the cylinders. Now we'll torque the screws to 10 Newton meters, which on this side of the pond is called 88 inch-pounds. You can leave your torque wrench at this setting because all the fasteners in the kit require the same torque. Remember the O-rings I said to save? We're going to use one of them now. Fit one in the groove on the back side of the throttle body back plate. Again, we'll apply a little of the supplied blue Loctite to two of the low-profile socket head cap screws. Install the throttle body back plate, making sure the O-ring seats in the intake manifold, and fasten it to the rear head with the screws. Apply Loctite to two of the flathead cap screws and attach the throttle body back plate to the back plate bracket. Torque the screws to 88 inch-pounds, just like the screws on the bracket. The Thunderstroke engine has an electronically controlled throttle body, which is popularly known as throttle by wire. And this foam gasket is used to seal the place where the wire enters the air cleaner. Just wrap the gasket around the wire and insert it in this slot. The next step is to prepare the air cleaner backplate for installation. And here are the parts we'll need. We have the back plate, a 5/8 inch hose fitting, these two standoffs, and two flathead cap screws. Apply some of the blue Loctite to the flathead cap screws and install the standoffs like this. Use a 13mm wrench to hold the hex portion of the standoffs and torque the screws to 88 inch-pounds. Apply some Loctite to the threads of the hose fitting and screw it into the back plate. Position the fitting so it points to the right, which will be towards the front of the bike when it's installed. And now we'll install the breather hose that we so cleverly didn't throw away with the short bend to the air cleaner. Secure the hose on the fitting with the zip tie included with the kit. Next, we'll install the air cleaner backplate and this gasket to the throttle body backplate. Apply Loctite to the 4 remaining flathead cap screws. Route the wires through the opening in the air cleaner backplate and hold the backplate and gasket up to the throttle body backplate. Fasten the air cleaner backplate to the throttle body backplate with the flathead cap screws. torque the screws to 88 inch-pounds. Connect the breather hose to the fitting in the front rocker box. Put the remaining throttle body O-ring in the groove on this side of the back plate. Here's where you're going to be really happy that you held onto that stock throttle body, because we're going to reinstall it now using the original mounting hardware. I've applied some of the blue Loctite to the bolts, and we'll just install the throttle body like so. Torque all the bolts to 88 inch-pounds. Plug the connector into the throttle body. Put the air filter element in position over the standoffs. The next thing we're going to do is to install the billet cover, but the question is which one? Right now we have a choice of two. There's one called the Nostalgic Script cover because it has the same lettering as the original S&S air cleaners did back in the mid-70s, and it's pretty cool. But we're going to install this one that has the S&S logo CNC engraved in it and looking good. It's a tough choice, but you can't go wrong with either one. Besides, it's really easy to swap them out if you feel like it. So I'll apply the last bit of the blue Loctite to the low-profile socket head screws and use them to fasten the cover screws to the standoffs. We'll pick up our trusty torque wrench one more time and tighten the cover screws to 88 inch-pounds. All we have left to do is reconnect the negative battery cable and put everything back together. Now that we've got the new S&S air cleaner installed, we could just stand back and say, ooh, ah. We could run it just like it is and it'll be fine. But if you want that extra horsepower I mentioned, you're going to have to take it a little further. One of the things we did was to install the Indian Stage 1 performance mufflers. But if you're really looking for more power, you'll also need to tune the EFI system. At this point in time, the only game in town for tuning this engine is the Dynojet Power Commander 5 tuner. The Power Commander is an add-on tuning box that works quite well, giving us control over both fuel delivery and ignition timing. Normally, you'd have to pay somebody to tune your bike on a dyno, but S&S has a free Power Commander 5 calibration file for this combination that you can download from our website. Just load that file into your Power Commander 5 module to tune your bike. You don't need to drop a wad of cash on dyno time. You don't even need to go near a dyno. We've done that already because we want you to get the most out of your new air cleaner. After all, proven performance is our company motto. As you can see, this isn't rocket surgery. We hope this video has helped you get the job done, or at least convince you that, yeah, I can do that, because you can. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you on the road, not on the side of it.